Hello, welcome back to Crystal Clear Coaching. This is Crystal Tottenham, checking in with day 3 of flow posting for a month. I am just really excited for you to tune into yourself and notice when something feels off, doesn't feel great, and notice how in that moment you might be choosing other people's wants and needs over your own, even their wants and needs over what they think you should do with your life, over what is actually right and true for you. And they can do this coming from a very loving place, thinking they know what's best. But no one has been with you your entire life other than you. So I just want to invite you today to really notice when you are doing something that feels like it's out of obligation or out of somebody else's desires for you that actually aren't true to you. And actually, sometimes you will have a discussion with the actual person that's living rent-free in your brain that you think obliges you to do this, only to discover that that's an outdated version of them, or a version of them that you assumed that was putting this obligation on you. They may have not been at all. And yes, sometimes they were, and they will hold their ground and they'll say they're right. But how could they possibly know what's right for you over you? They haven't been there the whole time. They don't know the inner workings of your brain, the decisions you made growing up that formed your lens of the world, and how you make your choices, and the deep desires you get when you travel somewhere or watch a TV show you love or hear a piece of music that you love, or create something. They don't feel those beautiful feelings when you feel lit up and on the right path, and they also don't feel the hopelessness that you get doing the things that don't light you up. And I'm not saying that you obviously can do everything only that lights you up and never do any of the drudgery. That's just not realistic. But if you're finding your life is more and more of the drudgery and the obligations and the shoulds, what can you do? What little claim can you stake again for your life? For the things that light you up and excite you, that make you feel alive. There is so much wisdom in actually just following things that light you up. And not shoulding all over yourself or allowing others to should all over you. The word should, I try not to use it. It sneaks in there though, it doesn't adjust. So if you notice you feel like you should do something, just notice when that word comes up and think, should I really? Or perhaps I will choose differently. I'll choose something that is actually lighting me up. Alright, keeping it short and sharp today. I will leave it there. Just hanging out my PJs, my crew shirt from a film I worked on last year. There are so many ways to find the light. I mean, I have had many various careers or pockets of careers where I found joy in different aspects of them. I love coaching because I just get to go so deep and help unblock all the stuff we just make up, and the stuff that society makes up and the people around us make up, that we then don't, at that young age potentially, don't even know to question, to choose differently, and then we live by it and it becomes a subconscious pattern, so we're actually not thinking about it, and then we just find ourselves, if you're lucky, realizing that this thing has been controlling the way you see the world and your life ever since you made that first initial decision, that's what you're going to do. And maybe it's not your truth anymore. Maybe it never was. And I feel like I've, gone off on an ADHD train here. But we love a bit of that around here. So you're welcome. But yeah, just finding the things that excite you and being able to follow them. Being able to jump on a random train, even if it's just a train of thought, and go with it and see where it leads you. It's a wonderful thing. And I have done that many times in my career. I think that's what I was saying. So yeah, I've done lots of film work and that's been my main thing. But I just wanted to be part of the film industry. I didn't even know that I was going to end up in costume. I knew I wanted to do something that was in the art and design departments for things that would be made to go on camera. But I ended up realizing that I could help look after all those things but not be a maker, and I found that super creative and super wonderful to be in. And then there's times where it's too full on of an industry and I just don't do as much of it. And and then I've been led to coaching, and I find such beauty and creativity and depth in that. And sometimes I'm working a temp job, and that doesn't always fill me with so much joy, working in an office. But sometimes I meet really cool people. Sometimes I'll work for a cool marketing agency, for instance, and I'll just be inspired by creativity in the corporate realm. And yeah, there's just so many different ways. And even in the small moments where maybe you're not in a place where you can really fully follow something that's a true passion, what little ways can you put it into your day-to-day life as it is currently? And then work on, you work towards those bigger goals eventually, but, just find ways to bring in the joy of curiosity and following the light in any given day. Surprise, surprise, I went off on another tangent, but thank you for listening, and I will see you tomorrow for another round of flow posting. I'll try and make some contrast so that my hair doesn't blend into the sofa tomorrow, but have a good one.